Share my screen. So today I want to share with you some information that recently happened in the Atomy USA website. And today's lecture is about registering Atomy members through URLs and QR codes. So in the United States, Atomy rolled out a pilot program that is not yet rolled out into all countries' websites yet. So we're going to take a look at a tool that we can use to automatically add members to our downline. And in other countries, the concept's the same. You just might need to be a little creative on how you use the tool that I'm going to share with you. So in our new website, when we click on the little icon up in the upper right hand corner, we see there's this little symbol there. It looks like a person, little head with a little body. When we click on that, we get an option that'll come up and it'll say My Atomy. When you click on My Atomy, it will then take you to the your My Atomy page here in your account. And then there is this new link here where it says quick link to join. Now, in other countries or other websites that have not been fully updated yet, it might say quick link or easy registration, something like that. The concept will be the same, but I want us to think of ways that we can add new members and use this as a tool to generate recruits and members for our downline. So when you click on that quick link to join, it comes up with a dialog box. And in here, there are two options. Option number one is designation sponsor, and the other option is auto sponsor. Now we're going to take a look at both of these features here because one of them is used to sign someone up. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then the other one is used to automatically assign new members to your downline. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to our lineage and find a sponsor ID. Now, here's a random person in my downline, and what we see here is they have a left line and they also have a right line. So this person is doing the business, they're a distributor, and they're working on building both their left and right downlines. The designate sponsor is the easy link to join is a one-time use link. You can use it one time and then you have to generate a new link and then use that again. The link can be copied and shared via social media. So you can create this link with a sponsor ID embedded into it, and then you can text message that to someone, you can message it to someone, you can put it on Facebook. But as soon as it gets used and someone joins from the link that you've provided, then you will need to create a new link and do that whole process over again. So it's a one-time use link. And then it will add a new member to the left side if there's no one below them. If you use a sponsor ID with nobody below that person on their left or right side, the very first person will go on the left side. If you use that same sponsor ID, then the person will go on the right side automatically. So you need to understand that because you might accidentally put someone on the right side and you meant to have them go continuing on the left side. So that's the designate sponsor option. Now, when we choose that, designation sponsor, then we have to enter in a sponsor ID that we've gotten from our downline. When you go into your lineage and you put someone in there, I just put in a random sponsor ID into this for this example. And then when we click search, it will then show us that particular person's name. It'll show us their sponsor ID or their ID number. And now we notice that they already have someone on their left side. So if someone uses the link that we're going to create and they register, they will go on the right side of this particular sponsor. So we see that this person already has a left side, so the new member is going to go on the right side. Now, you got to be careful with that. You might not want them to go on the right side. So in that case, you would use the sponsor ID all the way down at the bottom of your line. Now, what you do then is you click Generate URL. Now, what does URL stand for? URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. And that is a web address that provides a unique, specific location for a particular resource on the internet. It contains information about what you're looking for, as well as the protocol used to access it. So whenever you tell someone to go to a website, you're telling them, go to a URL, the Uniformed Resource Locator. And so we are creating a link, which is then going to create a URL, and it is when we send it to someone, then they will go to that web page. And I'm going to show this to you. When we click on Generate URL, you'll see that it will generate a link, the URL in there. Now, that URL is unique, and it has the sponsor ID embedded into it. And so when the person clicks on the link and they go to it and they register, it will automatically assign them the sponsor ID that you used. So you won't have to tell them what the sponsor ID number is or anything. So that's kind of handy. You can also share this via, I'm going to go back one page. You can share this through KakaoTalk, Facebook, WhatsApp, X, and Telegram, just by clicking on those resources, and it'll have you log into your account, and then you can share it through the platform. Now, we know that there are three types of members in Atomy. There's the consumer. Here in the United States, this is how we have it set up. We have a consumer, and a consumer is anyone who wants to buy the products, but they don't care about doing the business. They just want to purchase the products. It's free to join. There's no fees, no auto shipping, no quotas, no investing. The second one is a distributor. The distributor is someone who they want to do the business, they want to earn income. And again, there's no fees, there's no joining fee. It's free to join, no auto shipping, and no quotas. And then there is the global member. This is for members who are in countries that are not yet open. So when they click on the link, then they can choose which type of membership they want to be, a consumer, a distributor, or a global member. Now, after you've created the link, you then copy that link, and then it'll come up and say that the URL has been copied. So it copies it to your clipboard within your computer. And now you can then message that in Kakao, Facebook, WhatsApp, X, or Telegram. Or you can message it to the person through Facebook's Messenger or some other messaging app that you might use, or text message to someone. When they click on that link, then they will then register as a member. Now, the auto sponsor This is that new feature, and this is what I really want you to understand because this is a cool feature. The auto sponsor is that second option that you have. This is a multi-use URL. So this can be used over and over and over again using that same sponsor ID. So you create this one time and thousands of people can use it to sign up. And I'm going to explain how it works. The link can be copied and shared via social media, and it will add new members to the left side if there is no one there. And it will keep adding all new members to the left downline of the sponsor ID that you use. That's a pretty cool feature because you can create the URL and you can message it out to millions of people. And when people join, they will automatically go to the left side of the sponsor, all the way down at the bottom of that sponsor ID that you use to create the link. It'll go all the way down to the very bottom. Now, when we go to our lineage, again, we take a look at this. This person has a left side and a right side. Now, when we use the sponsor ID, that person right there at the top, now I've zoomed out a little bit. They've got their left side, they've got their right side. When we use that sponsor ID, the one right at the top, the auto sponsor option in the system will automatically assign new members to the very left side of the members whose ID was used to generate the QR code and the URL registration link. So if we use this member right here on the left side, it will automatically add all new members to the left side of that person. If we use this member's ID, the person on the right side, it will automatically add all new members to the bottom of the left side of that person. So you can see that this is potentially a very useful tool. So when we click on auto sponsor ID or auto sponsor, and then we choose the member ID that we want for the sponsor, and then we click on generate the link, it will generate something that looks like this. We'll have a QR code in here as well, in addition to the URL. Now, what does I'm going to show you there. We have the QR code, and then you can download that QR code, or you can copy it by right-clicking on it and then copying it. And then we have the URL code as well. So you got those two options. When we download that, it'll say download complete. Now this will save it to your computer, and then you can insert it into documents. I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit later. Now, what is a quick response code? The QR code is quick response code. It's a type of barcode that stores information and can be read by a digital device, such as your cell phone, just by using your camera. Now, you can add your new QR code to a flyer, and every time someone scans the code, they will be taken to the page to create the account. So I created a flyer, and as you can see, we've got that, and we can scan that, and it will take them to that page. Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to show you this QR code. Let me see here. I've got to change my view. There we go. All right. Now, in here, I've created this flyer right here. And one of the things that you notice is I've put the QR code right here. So I have this QR code, and when I take my camera and scan it, it will automatically take that person to the membership page where they can then register as a member. So a simple little flyer like this, you can hang it in your local bulletin boards, on your in the grocery stores, and people can come and see that. The other thing that I did was I created a little trifold flyer here. And this tells about the company, it tells about the business. It's a little trifold, and I hand these out to people. Now, what's interesting in here is I've added the QR code right here. So I've got this QR code, and when people scan this, they can register as a member. So this document right here is a flyer, and I can share this. I'll share the document, and then you can modify it and change it and put your own QR code in there, and you can print these out, and you can then hand them out to people, and it's a great way to grow your business. I have signed up over 20 people using this method, so that's a good thing. Matter of fact, Camo, my member right there, she received one of these flyers, and that's how I introduced her to Atomy. So I'll share this document out. Now, for people, I'm going to continue to share my screen, but I wanted to get out of my document here. So I want to do one thing here. As you can see, let's see here, I got to hide the floating things. So I've got this folder. This is just a trifold folder right here, or this flyer. And we got this QR code. So this QR code, we can delete it, and then we can add your QR code in there. You can modify the document. You can change it. This one is really specific to talking about the company and the business. Now, this is just an idea of something that you can use, but you can create one that talks more about the products. Or here is this simple flyer that I created. Again, we got the QR code right here. Now, when I go out to the website and we go back here, and let's say we go to the Philippines or Singapore. I'll go to Singapore first. Here's Singapore. This is the Singapore website. When I click here on that little person that I showed in the example, and we click on My Atomy, what we see in here is they don't have the same type of link. They've got this one that says invite to join. So when I click on that, you can add a sponsor ID in there and then click search. And again, you can then create or generate the URL here. So you can create a URL. It won't create the barcode. So here's this URL. I'm going to click on this right here. And now I've copied the URL. Well, one thing that you can do is you can go to a website like qrcode-monkey.com. I use this website all the time because it's free, doesn't cost anything, and the QR codes never expire. Guess what? We can then put that QR code in there, that URL that we created. We can change the colors if we want. You can even add a logo. Let me go and upload a logo here. We'll go see if we can find one here. Oh, here's a logo. How about this Atomy logo? We'll get that one in there. And then we'll click on Create QR Code. And it created it, and I don't like that, but I'm going to remove the background, and we're going to create that again. And now I've got a little QR code right here that I can use. Now, again, this is a one-time use only link that we put in there because the Singapore doesn't have the multi-feature use one, but it will happen. I think if we use it properly here in the United States, same thing in the Philippines. If we click on, I think they have the, let's see here. I don't know if they have that. Oh yeah, they have the easy registration link is in the right-hand side here under My Office, and we click here. And then you put in your sponsor ID number right here. We'll just click on a sponsor ID. It doesn't matter. Again, you can create a URL right here, and you can be sharing this out. Now, this is for the Philippines. So if I copy that URL, I can email that, I can send it out to people, and they can click on the link and join. So, start using these tools that Atomy is providing. Things like the easy registration, the quick link to join. This auto feature is, like I said, it's like a pilot program here in the United States. And if it becomes something that is very useful as a tool, I'm sure that Atomy will roll this out to other websites as well. So I just wanted to share that with you all, and I hope that was something that's helpful for us to grow our business.